K. Agarwal, President, Confederation of Medical Association of Asia and Oceania, Heart Care Foundation of India, and past National President, Indian Medical Association.
When the containment zone is there, which is absolutely the input and outflow is just checked, and all their infrastructures are provided by the additional manpower. They are not allowed to come out of that particular area. And if small, even what we started is fever clinics inside the containment zone. So even if they have any problem, they need not come to the hospital. Even for just saying come to the hospital, they need not come. So the containment zone are well infrastructured facilities are there. So as a policy of that, isolation and support is a hallmark for that. So we not only contain, but we are providing the support. So that makes the people to voluntarily accept their containment. And otherwise,
they did work. So at present, we have tried to collect the data of all the doctors who will be the first phase vaccination needed. As you mentioned that the comorbid doctors or aged doctors or doctors who are treating directly in the hospitals, in ICUs and in the wards or in the family physician level or a consulting level, those will be doctors will be given the vaccination in the first phase. Followed by that, their entire staff, assistants, right from reception to the wards and the ICU doctor, staff nurses and POs and everybody. And the third phase will be, of course, the patients below the age of 50.
Our profession is hard enough under the best circumstances. We face challenges all the time, clinical challenges, infrastructure challenges, health inequities and health disparities in our country. And now, encouraged by what Cmaao does, I strongly recommend and hope that you're able to continue this under these difficult circumstances.
We really need a vaccine to open our economy because we have no hinterland. We are just a small little island. You know, Singapore is no stranger to first mover vaccines. So in 1959, if I'm not mistaken, we vaccinated 200,000 babies in Singapore with the polio vaccine when it first came out. And remember, that vaccine was only 50% effective, but it wiped out polio. And in 1987, Singapore was also the first few countries in the world to institute hepatitis B vaccine at birth for all babies. And
I-90 patients during the spring. And that's not only because the borders are closed. Testing, contact tracing is important. Whole society, not only COVID. So this was a drop in our GDP. It dropped very. All schools are open. Next one. And herd immunity was not official part of the strategy, but it can. Picture you see number 2. That's the end of it. Oh, thank you so much. I am following your talk, so I'm very happy that what you do. Fine. I use that when I'm teaching and speaking here in Sweden. So I'm going to thank you for that. I have given a recommendation on face masks in the subway and other places where people gather in public spaces.
Mask is important in high susceptibility areas, yes. And 95 mask with valve is required for healthcare professional, but yes, if you are a silent carrier, you can spread this thing. But I would rather prefer that a visor has to be used by healthcare professionals when they are sitting in the room, seeing patients. And hand hygiene is...
This is what Dr. Rajesh Sharma is talking about, a visor which can become like this.
Emerging in the recent years is that the clinical medicine is moving towards evidence-based medicine. Only thing is they will need to have the time to spend on your patient, either if in government sector or private sector. Today the pressure on time because of the workload is so high. So unless otherwise there is some capping on the number of patients a doctor can see and how much minutes he has to spend on a patient. These are very vital institutions which have to be looked at before these things can be institutionalized.
As elderly people usually present with some chronic disease and they usually are taking some other medications, we needed to be very careful when recommending psychotropic drugs to decrease the anxiety and also to improve depression in those people, because sometimes there are an interaction among the use of those psychotropic drugs and other drugs that these people are taking for other kinds of diseases, and even an interaction, between those psychotropic drugs and the basic diseases that they still present.
Our population is about 10 times less than in India. With this 14 days quarantine time, and you can come to Japan. The Japan Society for Infectious Disease recommends antiviral drugs such as remdesivir or dexamethasone, favipiravir, or cyclogenide, toricizumab.
Many parents hesitated to let their children receive the flu vaccine from Sanofi. However, 1 week later, when Singapore and also Korea authorities had confirmed that there's no association between the influenza flu shot vaccines with the mortality in Korea and Taiwan, Singapore Health Authority had lifted a suspension of vaccination of the Sanofi vaccine. The Hong Kong people had again got confidence in the vaccine again.
COVID-19 has not broken the system, but it has exposed the broken system. I'm the one who ever believes in the cooperation between our region, subcontinent region. I believe in the cooperation between the SAARC countries, the Asia, and certainly with all solidarity, we head towards the global health system and global peace.
More than the COVID vaccine and all that, it's the SOP that counts. You don't go and hug the people, don't you love the person? You shouldn't be hugging, you shouldn't be shaking hands, you should not be knocking, not elbowing, and not kicking. We have a 40% B40 and about 40% M40. They can't be locked down and they cannot be sitting at home without earning money. They need the finances. The government can do only to that level. But if the lockdown comes on a continuous basis because of the carelessness and the people's attitude, then it's going to suffer everybody. The economy, our Malaysian economy is already bleeding. Individuals unknowingly transmitting and the HIV and increasing and infect others. So it's been found to be. I think there's a far more stigma and discrimination with the HIV. On the other side, on another front, probably the corona is far more infectious in terms of spreading. We know that in terms of HIV/AIDS, the infection.
In July 2020, but it was followed by few people only at the time. So the imposition of punishment by mobile phone, actually mobile phone, it is actually unofficially the people sometimes they're taking. But we don't have this ivermectin in the guideline protocol, which is national one, and actually there was research is going on actually on ivermectin.
So if you again look at the first wave. Here we had multiple lineages that were circular and vaccines, and this is also very important. Currently, we don't understand everything, and we started here in early in November, seeing a new slight upward in all sides because we don't know. We are speculating, and it seems the correct answers is what me and you are thinking about. But this virus is on its own. We can you don't know. But it is actually very, very concerning that it cannot neutralize that.
Total PCR positive cases till now is 2 lakh of the bed in the hospital also and in the isolation center also. That's why we told the measures, because nowadays even though government has not allowed to open the cinema theater, doing the PCR test only those who are coming from outside the country.
Beginning of February, I hope so. The next one, like you used in the end of our talk, and the wear of masks correctly, and we had a big campaign, and we have 20. It's a unified health system.
Avoid social contacts, wash your hands, and wear a mask, and of course keep 2 meter distance. जो spread एशियन कंट्रीज में हुआ है और जो मॉर्टेलिटी फिगर्स है ये बहुत कम है एज कंपेयर टू यूरोपियन और अमेरिकन नॉर्थ अमेरिकन कंट्रीज। लेकिन चक्कर ये है कि इंग्लैंड में जो मॉर्टेलिटी हुई है वो एशियन लोगों की और ब्लैक लोगों की बहुत ज्यादा हुई।
I don't think so. It is not related to new mutant virus. It is related to, we think, early normalization. There is a mutation in Turkey. We detected a few days ago, but it is not responsible for the FAS2. We have detected the UK strain in Turkey, but there is no behind any South America strain in Turkey.